Okay, let's see if this works. Okay. Are we good? Let's see. Oh, I can hear myself now. Okay. Well, anyway. We got the trolley problem game going. We got some music going. Let's just take a look at it. Cool. It's very loud, though. It's very, very loud. But the music's nice. I have to admit, I like... There's also full screen and not full screen. Let's start. All right, here we go. I've got to go ahead and message him and say I'm taking a look at this. It is, you can chat in it, which is really cool. There is a level of chat capability, or not chat capability, but like where, you know, people will play. Oh, actually, I think I got to pause it. Oh, hold on. One person will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pull the lever. 5 people will be crushed to death if you pull the lever. We gotta save a person. Oh god. And they're dead. The end always justifies the means, and here you made the right decision, sparing 5 lives in exchange for 1. Alright, let's go ahead and message. IRL loading screens. Okay. Boom. I like the music. They made a good decision on the music here. Boop, doo-doo-doo. Boop, boop, doo-doo, boop, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Kant says, or Kant says, it is murder to pull the lever. You have no obligation to interfere. The blood of this person is on your hands. Okay. So there's basically, if you have 2 options here. 5 people who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pull the lever. 1 person will be crushed to death by the trolley if you don't pull the lever. We can also increase the speed of the trolley. And we can't move people over, so we have to decide if we want to move them or we want to keep them here. Also, I think it's a little too loud, so let's just turn it down a bit more. There we are. All right. I think the option would be we don't pull the lever and we let them career over. I think that'd be the right option because you got to keep the 5 people, right? Kant says it would have been murder to pull the lever. John Bethany, you saved the 5 lives by not pulling the lever. Okay. 1 person who will be crushed to death by the lever if you do pull it. 5 people, 2 of which are organ donors. 9 lives will be saved as these people are killed by the trolley, which will happen if you don't pull the lever. So it's like, do you want to kill 1 person or do you want to kill 9 people effectively? And I mean, you know, you really do have to make that decision at the end of the day. By killing 5 but saving 9, you would have a net increase of 4 lives, but instead you led to the death of those people. Want to argue about it? The professor says, in 2015, a mother in the UK took her child to full term knowing it would die shortly after birth in order to use its organs to save others' lives. She is a utilitarian hero. That's pretty dark. All right. Got next one. Hitler, before he took power, was telling people, God. Okay, that one's, oh man, that one's tough. They're both evil. They're both evil son of bitches. Oh, no. No. Oh. You can take out both. I see you've discovered the multi-track drifting button. This can be useful in some limited situations. One person who is an organ donor, enough organs will remain intact to save 3 lives if they're killed by the trolley. Oh, wait, so I was supposed to kill... Oh, this gets tougher and tougher as time goes on. Pretend you're killing someone. Alright, I guess. John, by killing 1 but saving 3, you've led to a net increase of 2 lives. Good work. One of the easiest things you can do to improve the lives of others is to volunteer as an organ donor. Your organs will serve no utilitarian purpose to you after your death, and you'll either be removed or burnt if you're cremated or involved. That's a good point. That's a good point. 5 American lumberjacks or 5 American firefighters. Oh my god. Why would you kill either? I guess the lumberjacks? I mean, I don't know. What would you choose? Well, you have to choose one. I guess lumberjacks it is. Firefighters can save more lives. Lumberjacks. Bad call. Fires don't happen as often as they used to, and firefighters no longer save as many lives as they used to. Lumberjacks provide a critical service of creating lumber, which is needed to keep a roof over our heads. With adequate shelter, we would all die from exposure. Lumberjacks provide more for others than firefighters, thus giving their profession a higher utilitarian value than firefighters. Well then... The professor says the amount of American firefighters who die on the job annually is roughly 6 per 100,000, as opposed to 92 per 100,000 for American logging workers. This high fatality rate makes logging work the second most dangerous job in the United States. Roofers have the third most dangerous job in the United States, losing 47 workers per 100,000 to workplace accidents. They too provide the critical service of keeping roofs over our heads. That's tough. That is tough. Is your WoW time over? 5 American roofers or 5 American firefighters? Well, I guess the firefighters at that point, but I still don't agree with it. I don't know. Can you skip? You can skip, okay. You can skip it. 1 healthy person who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you do pull the lever. 5 cancer patients, each with 10% chance of survival, who will be crushed to death by the trolley if you don't pull the lever. Wait, what? If you don't pull the lever... Oh, okay, wait. If you do... I get... Well, I guess... Oh no, doing the math, you end up with a 60% chance of at least one surviving... Oh my god, surviving with a half of a person surviving on average. This is against 100% chance of one person surviving, so it's not worth the gamble. I feel bullied. Person who's generally happy almost all the time. 3 people with incurable form of chronic depression. Well, why would you do either? Why would you kill either people? That's... I guess the happy person? One should always act so as to produce the greatest aggregate happiness among all sentient beings. Unhappy people take away from that aggregate happiness. To be constantly unhappy is fate worse than death. I don't agree with that. Professor says, since under utilitarianism, unhappiness is a fate worse than death, this puts a high value on the treatment or quality of life improvements that can alleviate depression. It should not be viewed as though depressed people are not worthy of life. Okay, and see, that's where I'm standing on that one. By now, you should have a good understanding of what utilitarian character is determined to be good and utilitarian. Would you like to play the rest of the game utilitarian mode? You'll receive a score on whether or not your decision is utilitarian. If replay score isn't recorded, there will be no negative consequences. I guess utilitarian. This is a pretty solid game. Oh my god, no. Oh, Jesus. I mean, they've lived a... no, I can't decide. Can I skip this one? Oh, this makes it tough. Alright, we're going to select the 5 guys because one girl could solve cancer. If everyone here dies at the average age of less than 102, their quality of life is the same and the grief caused to their family is negligible. then it is better to pull the lever. The girl who will probably get much more happiness from her remaining 70 or so years. Oh man, that's really shows you how short life is. Okay. Huh. All right. Well, that happened. Okay. My mic needs to be. I don't know. If everything just feels low. One second. I'm just gonna pause the music for a minute. Okay. I'm gonna so I can actually hear it. Let's see if I can hear anything. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my mic up. Okay. Yeah, that sounds better. I was just concerned because I couldn't really hear it, and I'm like, oh, maybe you guys can't hear me. Anyway, that was a good point, I guess, but still, like, it's tough. Consentia simulata. Okay, pretty good music. All right, that makes sense, I guess. Still pretty depressing overall. I can't say it's not. Okay. A guy who plays his guitar at parties. Or a guy who doesn't thank the bus driver. Oh, come on. Well, I want to skip both if I was going to do this, but honestly, they're both obnoxious at that point. I don't know. They both go out. Just because these people have undesirable traits doesn't mean that they should both be killed. The world is only better off without them if they're robbing others of a large amount of happiness. 28% of players pulled the lever, 71% did not. Good to know. Oh, God.
I want to see this one.
Wait, who am I killing? Who am I saving and who am I killing? Skip. I would have selected you. Anyway. No, based on that, because my mom has lived longer than you have, so I would have selected you, but I don't want to be stuck with that option. A grave robber who was robbed over 100 graves unbeknownst to the loved ones of the corpses he robbed and will continue to rob before he dies. A man who spends his weekend going to bars looking for fights to get into. The man who could do more, but I guess I'm going to kill the man who... Yeah, I guess the guy, because he could be redeemed. Grave robbing is a victimless crime. But... I don't know, I don't think it is. You from the past... Oh, God! You don't exist either way.
What if it's like you killed someone like you from the past or like you from the future?
No, I think it's literally you or you. Well, how about I just kill myself twice? Game's over. Killing yourself in the past would have killed all three of you, shortening your lifespan to your age of your younger self. All right. 5 reformed murderers who never received a punishment for their crime, yet spend their days working for charities and average college students. What? Why do I have to kill either? Why do I have to pull it? 5 reformed murderers? But they've taken life. They've taken life. Therefore... What? No? I should. Alright. No, I just... Okay, let's do it. Let's go to... These are some good questions. Like, they do actually pose a good philosophical... Like, they really are moral quandaries. The evil and unhappiness caused by the murders is over and done with. They only serve to create happiness now. Killing them would not have saved the lives of the people they killed. I mean, yeah, it's a valid point, but at the same time, they chose that option to take someone else's life. What is it called? Why would you take the life of the college student? They haven't done anything wrong. That one's where, like, I would not agree with that. yeah, they've caused problems. Exactly, Crystal. Damn is right. They've caused problems, sure, but I don't know. They're working for charity. They could snap again, though. It says murderers. It does. Well, it's clear it doesn't say serial killers, but it says murderers. So it's not like, I don't know. That one's a tricky one. Oh God. Why is it asking me these? The man. This man is near the end of his expected lifespan, even if the consciousness and ability to enjoy happiness is magnitudes larger than the dog's. So likely he has enough remaining time to experience it to outweigh the potential happiness experience of the dogs, not to mention the amount of joy and happiness a dog provides a loving family. Okay. No! Skip! No! No! Oh! You know what? No. No, this is an easy answer. Biological. See you later. Ooh, that's a tough one. 28% of players pull the lever, 71% did not. And just keeps going. 3 humanities majors or 3 STEM majors? I would suck at this in real life. What? You're saying save the 3 STEM majors? Or you're saying why would you save the 3 STEM majors? The humanity majors are actually very important. There are many lucrative jobs available to humanity majors, such as a professor or being a professor. Wait, did you pull the lever? Dude, no! Oh! Yeah, that makes sense. Humanity majors can potentially contribute far more to society than STEM majors, but probably not. Lol. An elephant, or an elephant poacher who is the only source of his income a family of 5. He kills about 50 elephants a year. See you later, poacher. You thought I was going to say see you later, Dumbo, didn't you? Didn't you? The amount of happiness that would have been robbed from these elephants far outweighs the strife that you inflicted on his family. Do I kill myself or do I kill 100 people? This one is tricky because you're dead. It didn't matter at the end if you're dead. These other people are still alive. Why would you be given this option? Why would you be given this option? I would like to see 100 people be eliminated, but it wouldn't be right. Alright, I'm dead. Pulling the lever is suicide. This decision is not a duty of yours or her. You should have just let the other people die. Again, I'd have to kill myself. Again. Good and honorable choice. You understand your life is not worth more than 10 of the average person's. Why do you keep putting me in here? I have to kill myself each time. I mean, good and honorable choice. You understand that your life is not worth more than 2 of the average. What? It's going to be you and someone else? What? We killed Toby, a random person. Bye-bye, random person. People die all the time. Pets matter more to humans. I don't know, that one's tough. The life of a pet is not more valuable than a regular person's, even if it has a special relationship to you. I disagree with that. 55% of the players pulled the lever, 44 did not. Okay. Oh, no! Shit, no! Skip!
You killed him.
I didn't mean to! Not selfish to pull the lever.
That's okay.
Oh, Daddy's just being silly. Jeremy. Oh,
Not scared.
so who would you pull? I don't. I meant to. Well, anyway, it's murderable. No. No, this is Lieutenant. Wow. All direct that sentence.
Oh, why?
Why specifically Iceland? Whee! Jeremy Bentham didn't like that. 10 random years of your memory, 3 years of your lifespan. Why are they clouds? So you lose 10 random years of your memory, so you can't remember 10 years, or you lose 3 years of your lifespan. I'd take the memory. I like to live as long as I can. Poof. But we don't often think about how much we are. We don't think of how much who we are is how much we remember. 26% of the players did not, or did. 70% did not. An American man who is usually rude to wait staff at restaurants but tips well. An American man who is very polite and gracious to wait staff at restaurants but never tips. You don't have to tip. You shouldn't have to tip. Take him out, the American man, because he's mean. Well, neither of these behaviors warrants a death sentence. With only knowledge that at least one of them is going to die, we must choose a survivor based on these attributes alone. 58% of players pulled levers, 41 did not. Okay. The average meat eater will eat 7,000 animals in their lifetime. The average American meat eater will eat significantly more than that. Animal happiness is important, and all animals raised for meat in the United States go through a horrible, unhappy life. Greenhouse gas byproducts that are required to produce meat are the leading cause of climate change and causing much harm to all living things. Utilitarianism of the American meatpacking industry is great evil. Decreasing the demand is preferable. Okay. A gametarian, a hunt who only eats vegetables and the meat of the game it kills. I stand by my choice. All mosquitoes in the world, all murderers in the world. Oh, mosquitoes die pretty quickly, but all the murderers in the world, it's that whole thing again of like, they've already caused problems and they already took away things, but kill all the mosquitoes in the world, murderers would still exist. So I think it's a pretty obvious choice. You kill all the murderers. But therefore you're a murderer. But if an offender has committed murder, he must die. In this case, no possible substitute can satisfy justice, for there is no parallel between death and even the most miserable life, so that there is no quality of crime and retribution unless the perpetrator is judicially put to death. And I must say 500,000 people are killed by homicide every year. Mosquitoes, by transferring disease, kill more. Malaria alone kills 100 or a million people every year. If biologists estimate that the elimination of mosquitoes will not have a very big impact on the environment and the ecosystem. Also, mosquitoes bother a lot of people. Well, you know what? So what? Deal with it. If the trolley crosses path, all discarded straws in the ocean will cease to exist. If the trolley, all discarded fishing nets in the ocean will cease to exist. Well, what causes more? Take them both out. Nice. The world is much better without either of these. Fishing nets compose 46% of all ocean plastic. By the way, straws make about 1%. Yeah, that makes sense. A cloning machine which would allow would-be parents to clone a newborn version of themselves or nothing. What would you choose? Yep.
I don't really care to clone myself.
I just choose nothing. I guess. Okay. Indeed, cloning machines do not create any harm and allow them for the Christian new life. According to Pew Research polls, only 13% of Americans find the idea of human cloning morally acceptable. It's interesting, I guess. A random tourist currently visiting France. The original Mona Lisa painting, all copies remain intact. Oh my god. I'd like to skip it, but if I have to choose, I don't know. I actually don't know what to select. Also, I didn't realize. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna just take out the French man. Yeah, yes, the Mona Lisa surely has an enormous cultural and artistic, but how much of that lies within the physical brushstrokes on parchment? The idea of the Mona Lisa will remain, despite being a priceless artwork. It's little utilitarian value. It wasn't worth killing a man over. Okay. I mean, sure, that's one way to put it, yep. But also, you're destroying it, and that means it wouldn't exist anymore. It'd be gone forever. So I don't know. I think that ultimately you want it to last for as long as possible. Oh. I don't like that whole fact that when you have upload a thumbnail. Anyway. Alright. A 30-year-old guy who harasses women when they aren't interested in them on dating apps. A 30-year-old guy who scams kids out of their items on RuneScape. That's oddly specific. I would say the 30-year-old guy who harasses women would be worse. But they're both bad people. The 30-year-old guy who scams their kids out of... Let's take them both out. Just because these people have undesirable traits doesn't mean they should both be killed. The world is only better off without them if they're robbing others of large amount. Okay, 61% of the players pulled the lever, 38% not. 10 men. All access to pornography in the United States. My wife is watching me. Bye-bye. Oh, that porn. It's gone. I wouldn't have done that. Studies have shown that men without an outlet for their sexual desires become much more violent and aggressive. It is certain that most of the male populace have increased violent tendencies will create much more harm than 10 deaths. I disagree with that. A crate of money you just found. A little girl and a crate of money you just found. Well, I mean, obviously you're going to make sure that the girl and the crate survive. This is a recreation of moral choice system from the original BioShock. Wait, what? This is a recreation of the moral choice system from the original BioShock, a game renowned for its complex morality system. Wait, what? What is he referring to? Yeah, I know that, but like, how is it? What's this a crate of money?
Well, it represents.
What does it represent?
In BioShock.
Yeah.
This isn't BioShock.
No, I know it's not BioShock. It's a recreation. So I'm wondering, like, how is the moral choice? I guess I'm trying to understand, where does the crate come into that?
There is no crate.
Okay.
The little girl. You save them or you don't.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the fact that there's the circus of value in Adam, and that if you take them, okay, I guess that makes sense. All right, Mr. Calculator or Mr. Professor, or the Professor. Neither. Skip. The game of pachinko will be wiped from the earth if the trolley crosses path. The entire Japanese fishing and forestry industry will be destroyed if the... Skip. A Scottish child who will live in his entire life in East Glasgow, UK, or a Haitian child. I guess skip. One cow to be raised on a typical American factory farm. 200 chickens to be raised. The chickens, I guess, because that's their factory farm, and that's worse. Good call. These chickens are raised on a typical American factory farm in a constant state of suffering. You are right to end it. Cows and chickens have similar levels of intelligence, but one cow provides as many calories as roughly 200 chickens. There is therefore roughly 200 times more suffering required to create food from the chicken than from the beef. Everyone is making an important moral choice when they decide to choose between a beef or a chicken quesadilla. I mean, that makes sense. A random person's Stradivarius violin, a 17th century violin renowned for its unique sound. It's worth the tens of millions of dollars, and there are only 600 in the world. A random person from a developing country. Yeah, people are more important. There is a study done on the Stradivarius violin comparing their sound to modern violins. In a double-blind test, experts are unable to distinguish between the two. The utilitarian value is not greater than a human life. That makes sense. All manga are all anime. Take them out. Perfect. You significantly lowered the quality of a whole bunch of weaves. 50% of players pulled the lever, but 49% did not. That's good. 5 people who might donate blood once or twice in a lifetime. A regular blood donor who has been responsible for saving dozens of lives and will save dozens more. He's saved lots, but they could potentially save more. By letting this freaking blood donor die, you're responsible for every death that would have... But they could still improve, though. I understand the context of it, but I would disagree with that. If the trolley crosses the path, the 1918 flu pandemic won't happen. If the trolley crosses the path... Oh, my God. They're both bad. I almost want to skip it, but I don't... Can I take them both out? But then the world, I don't know, it sinks nice. The world would be much better without either of these. Significantly more people were killed by the 1918 flu pandemic than the World War I, but World War I and mobilization troops did help a lot to help spread it. Fun fact, research on the flu pandemic led to the discovery of DNA, the discovery of penicillin, and was the main reason for the wealth gain of Frederick Trump and grandfather Donald Trump. Okay, well, that's interesting. A waitress or 4 random people and Immanuel Kant himself. Why are they asking me this? I guess I'd have to take out the waitress because there's more people and... If I own the lever is murder. No, I'm not thankful at all. You just murdered that person. I'm calling the police. It'd be funny if you were chased by police after. 6 androids who act exactly like human beings but possess no real consciousness and can't reproduce. A human street sweeper operator. Well, you know what? 6 androids who act like human beings but they have no conscience, so they don't know that they're real or they're not alive. So these androids cannot feel happiness. Their lives are worthless besides what joy they bring to other people, and it's not likely to provide more than what Mr. Street Sweeper provides. Valid. 5 dogs loved by their... Oh my God. Skip. No! Oh, thank God. 30 terrorist fighters, 1 journalist, or no one? We're taking out 1 journalist. 3 terrorist fighters, or 1 journalist. Oh my Lord. I don't know the political bias of this developer. There's generally less collateral demos than most drone strikes. You make a great drone pilot. Every Lone Star tick in the world. Insects that carry a disease that makes humans allergic to red meat. Okay, this is absolutely a reference to their thing. You would kill every one of those sons of bitches. Bad call. It would be ideal for as many Lone Star ticks to exist as possible. I thought I selected... In addition to being one of the biggest contributors suffering in the world, the mining industry is one of the biggest Okay. Every living... Oh my God. So you're going to either skip. A jumpy police officer that got scared and accidentally killed a civilian. A 16-year-old kid who made a fake 911 call to swat a gaming streamer he didn't like, which ended up getting them killed by a man on the top track. I wanted to skip it, but I don't know. I don't know. Why are these options? Why are these options? I can't. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna sip it. That one's too tough. A woman who always backs into parking spots, even if they're blocking someone's way. A man who only uses his turn signal about half the time. Oh my lord. They're both dangerous, but they both don't deserve to die. What'd you say?
What's wrong with backing into a spot?
I mean, they're blocking someone's way. So you think a man who uses turn signal will be worse? Jeremy Bentham didn't like that. 29% of players pull lever, 70% did not. A random short man, 5... Why both people? I love how one's really tall and one's short. Skip? But if you can't really skip it, I'm just going to say... I guess... the short people live forever? I don't know. Whereas 95% of 6'4" men report satisfaction with their height versus 25% of 5'4" men. Taller men are viewed as more attractive, have higher incomes, and have an overall higher opinion of their happiness than shorter men. Since this is a random person from anywhere in the world, a shorter man has a higher likelihood of being malnourished, a lower quality of life. What? 50% of players pulled the lever and 49 did not. Your ability to ever eat chocolate again or African child? Yeah, I would choose my ability to eat chocolate ever again. Your sacrifice is admirable. Most chocolate Western consumers originates from child slave labor on cocoa farms in Africa. They demand men directly contributes to the harm of children. Okay. Mr. Beast bars, especially. 100 rats in a lab being injected with small amounts of heroin until they die, or no one. The 100 rats, I guess, because they're being slowly injected until they die, and that's inhumane. Or in Ratmane, or whatever it is. No, why would you take the state of happiness and bliss away from the rats? Because they're being they're being tested on. I don't know. Your capacity for happiness or your free will. You can make your own happiness, but you wouldn't be happy if you have free will. I would say you would take away I guess your capacity for happiness. Yeah, you want your capacity for happiness. You don't want your free... I mean, free will is important, but you'd rather want your... Right? Because you're taking out one of... Who? What? Well, I made my decision. Okay. A life with no happiness is not worth living. Well, then I choose the wrong one. Many would argue we don't have free will in the first place. Okay, that's valid. A U.S. truck driver age 40 or an Iraq war veteran age 40? I would save the Iraq war veteran, I guess. Because they've done more. The Iraq war didn't bring stability to a region or decrease the use of terrorism as a tactic. It only increased it. Truck drivers are responsible for bringing you almost everything you own and everything you need to survive, and many things that cause you happiness. Truck drivers have one of the most dangerous jobs in the United States, even much more dangerous than that of a U.S. soldier. Even if there was some positive utility provided by an Iraq veteran to Americans, it will be negative towards those in Iraq. A man who fires 3 bullets from a handgun into the air in the middle of in the middle of a suburban community every 4th of July. A passenger who refuses to wear a seatbelt whenever she is a passenger in a vehicle when she rides in daily. They're both causing trouble. The only one hurting themselves. I guess the guy who fires the 3 bullets. I mean, they're both causing more trouble. the handgun ideally wouldn't. The bullets aren't gonna. They cause every 4th of July. People could stay away. The passenger is unpredictable. I would almost say that you would want to take out the passenger, but then they're a passenger in a car. Holy crap! I can't. Guy who kills because they would get hurt, but they're both gonna die. In addition to reckless disregard, the passenger that doesn't wear the seatbelt is a bigger threat to the well-being of others. Drivers and passengers are often crushed to death by other passengers that don't. Oh my god. Car accidents happen annually in the U.S. alone. On the contrary, only a handful of people killed annually by random fireball. See, that I did think about that, but I'm like, yeah, but I don't. A murderer slated for execution by Trolley, an exact clone of the man who, with all the same memories, who believes he is original. Were they clones? They are clones. Take them both out. Is there anything functionally different about these two people? The man on top is merely a different vessel for the exact same consciousness as the man. It's not a murder, but you are right to kill them both, as a clone of the functionally the same as a murderer who would have been enabled to kill again. Okay, I mean, that's... Your daughter are 1 billion people? So wait, So just confirm, if I run over 1 billion people... If I run over 1 billion people, am I saving those people? No, I'm killing those people, right? My daughter's more important to me. I made the wrong decision, but that's okay. This is a recreation of the ethical dilemma at the end of The Last of Us, where Joel dooms humanity by saving his surrogate daughter, who could have been sacrificed to save the world from parent deadly disease, and apparently you do the same thing. And I'm Joel. Literally. You have no obligation to do anything to save literally 1 billion people. Thanatology is so easy. A man who would go on to form all cure all forms of cancer. Woman who could go on to end world hunger. Cancer takes less lives than world hunger. I would select the woman who would save world hunger. Yeah, that's what I would do. World hunger is mostly a distribution problem. Local military conflicts and lack of government infrastructure are the main reason for world hunger. If this person is responsible for any world hunger, they're responsible for any military conflict, prioritizing infrastructure around the world. All right. Nothing. Evidence planted by a police officer which would convict a man accused of being an active serial killer. Without this, there isn't enough evidence to convict, but there is a 50% chance the officer correctly believes a man is guilty. I would select the... I don't know. I almost would say... Now, I'm question again. Am I saving or am I killing? I don't know. This one... Okay, I want to select the second one. I want to select the bottom one. But if I select nothing, I guess I'm saving. I don't fully understand that. We shouldn't really... Cannot compute. 50% of players pulled lever. That's a little confusing. 300 or 30,000 people are all interstate highways in the U.S. What would you take out? I would take out all interstate highways, I guess, and save 30,000 people. 30,000 people die a year from car accidents, mostly due to driver's mistake, a driver being distracted, or a driver. What would be the effects of eliminating all interstate highways? I don't know. A random person or 1,000 trees? At that point, I would probably I would take out the random person and keep the 1,000 trees, because more trees, more oxygen, more people can survive. Short life for organisms of various complexity and various levels of consciousness. A human breathes the amount of oxygen 7 to 8 trees produce, 75% of oxygen in there. Okay, so I was right. Yeah, you'd save the trees. 1,000 people or you. I'm going to take out myself again. Those other people are more important than I am, even though I still... Pulling the lever is suicide. Okay. No one. 5 neo-Nazis all have 20% chance of changing their views to become supporters of equality over the next year. Take out the neo-Nazis because they're bad people. They have a 20% chance, not a 100% chance. Not cool. This is mathematically equivalent to killing 4 neo-Nazis and 1 innocent person. Yeah, but okay. Your favorite pet or a random person? Easily random person. I value animals more than I value humans. A rapist or someone who intentionally blinded another person? Rapist. But you can take them both out, but cannot compute. 10 rats or 100 bees. Rats can be cute, but 100 bees cause more good for the world than 10 rats would. Not all lives are equal. Bees have a limited degree of consciousness, but not beyond simple automata. The rats have at least much higher for happiness. Okay, well, I'd still do the rats. All Wikipedia servers and the backups and everyone's personal backups of all the information downloaded for Wikipedia. The Library of Congress and its digital archives. Wikipedia's backups. Just went through it. Cannot compute. Baby Charles... Charlie's Darwin or Baby Galileo. Darwin, I guess. I don't remember what Darwin's done. I would say Galileo. I mean, I don't want to kill either, but cannot compute. All historical buildings and artifacts in Oxford, England. All historical buildings and artifacts in Kyoto, Japan. Skip. All 2 children, one of which has a 50% chance of growing up to be a serial killer and killing 5 people and never getting caught for the crime, or an average child. Please don't make me do this one. You're killing 1 child or 2 children. 15% is... You would take out the 2, I guess, because 1 could be a serial killer and you don't want that. If we consider the life of the child who would be a potential serial killer to be valuable, the best decision is not to pull the lever. The outcome in the situation will be a potential serial killer extinguishing an average of 0.75 lives. So sending the Trolley on top would kill 2 people, letting it continue to the bottom would kill only 1.9. 5 piglets to be raised on an average pork farm, or 1 puppy. Pigs. Take out the piglets. Let the puppy survive. Good choice. Farm pigs have an average life expectancy of about 3 years on an average farm. Pigs have some form of the highest IQs of all animals, much higher than dogs, therefore have a higher level of consciousness and potential happiness. However, the average pork farm isn't a good place to be. They're usually overcrowded. And okay. A murderer who's secure in prison with 0% chance of escape has a decent quality of life. Murder already did their time, but I'd still take them out. This man's own happiness is important and he's in causing harm to others. A cloning machine which would allow new parents, or nothing. I'd select nothing. Newborn version of historical figures. Cloning machines do not create any harm and allow for the creation of life. 5 85-year-old men or 1... I feel like I've asked this before. It's like repeating. Okay, if everyone dies, okay, we've already done these. A clown or a puppy? Clown. Sorry, clown. Sorry, bozo. Elbozo. Your hatred for clowns doesn't stop their profession from bringing joy to people. Ancient Rome or ancient... I have no idea what ancient Carthage is, so I would take out ancient Carthage, I guess. Alright, I think we're going to see one more... Oh, that's kind of cool. I think we're going to see one more. World would succeed in... Okay, I have no idea what that is. Alright. I think this is a good place to end on. Thank you for joining me. That was fun. I'll see you later. Have yourself a great rest of your day, and thanks for joining me for the trolley problem. Alright.